Hey everyone, this is Warren again. So in this video, I wanted to introduce to you another problem that I came across on Leetcode. This problem asks us to find whether an array consists of two numbers that averages equal to a integer input. All right, so I'll read it more more directly to you so you guys understand the question. So the question says, write a function called averagePair. So when given a sorted array of integers and also a target average, we want to determine if there is a pair in the array where the average of the pair equals the target average. And the problem also mentions that there can be more than one pair that matches the average. So we are only looking for one, and we want to return a Boolean. We want to return whether it's true, whether it's false, that an array has two numbers that averages the target average. So a couple of constraints that we're going to be working with. We want to work and provide a solution that has a O of n time complexity, and we want to come up with a solution that has a constant space complexity. So trying not to create any objects or arrays for the solution. So I've already written out the steps that I'm planning on taking in my approach. But off the bat, we have a sorted array and we're looking to compare two values. So one of the patterns I've been introduced to early on in my studies is what's called this multiple pointers. And I have a couple other videos that discusses this pattern. And it is a very common pattern that we will be using when we are working with different inputs. So I thought it would be the best approach for this problem. There probably are other ways to approach it. And if there are, please let me know and leave a comment below. But what I'm thinking is, because the array is already sorted and we're looking for the average, it would work if we set one of the pointers to the lowest value, so our index of 0, and then one of our pointers in pointing to the highest value, right? So the last index of the array. And we can iterate and constantly check the two pointers and compare it to the target average. And if it equals it, then we can automatically, break out of the loop and say that, yes, this array does have a pair that, does have that equals the target average, and we can return true. If it doesn't equal it, we can move the pointers according to whether or not the average is larger or less than the target average, right? If the target average is less than our pair, then we can move the larger index down because the target average is larger. Vice versa, if the pair averages is less than the target average, we can conclude that we can move the lesser number up, so the average will get a little bit larger, and then we can then compare it again and then keep moving the pointers until we find a match. If we do, if not, then we return false. So taking a look at the code, I already have a test case here where we have a input array and our targeted average. So just taking a look at the code. So right off the bat, like I mentioned, we want to create two pointers. So we have a pointer pointing to the index of 0, variable called left, and then a variable called right, which points to the last index of our array. So that will be set to array.length minus 1. Again, remember the index is always 1 less than. So the last index of the array will be array.length minus 1. So with the way that we're strategizing how our pointers are moving, once our pointers matches up somewhere in the middle of the array, then if we still haven't found a pair, is going to be a false outcome, and there's no need for the pointers to go past each other, right? Because then we've already checked every value. So we can set a while loop, and a while loop saying that whenever our left pointer is less than our right pointer. So it'll keep going until it gets closer and closer to the middle. Once it matches up, then that's done. Then our function is over. So we have a few conditionals here. The first conditional to check to see whether or not the average is equal to our target average. If it is, then it's true. And we're going to be determining by that with using this if statement here. So if the array of the left pointer, so this will give us the value of that pointer, plus the value of the pointer to the right, so array of right. Again, we're dividing that by 2, so that will get us the average. If that equals n is, again, is our target average, that returns true. And then our else if statements will move our right pointer or left pointer based on whether or not it is larger than our target average here, or if it's less than our target average. So if it's greater than our target average, we move our right pointer down 1. If it's less than, then we move our left pointer up. And then it'll keep looping and looping until we find something that matches the target average. And then at the end, if there is no match and our pointers no longer satisfy this conditional on line 18, then we return false. So pretty straightforward question, and very useful. I can't think of any other way of tackling this. So if you do think of something and something much more clever than this approach, then please comment below. I hope this video helps. And again, this multiple pointers pattern is going to keep coming up and up. So definitely, keep practicing and keep refining your skills, and hopefully, this type of pattern will become much more second nature to us the more we use it. So let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.